All right, so we're going to look at one of the most fundamental escapes from the back mount, known as the back to the mat escape. So just like the title sounds, our ultimate goal is to get our back to the mat. If we can do that, then essentially he's not on our back really anymore, and we can initiate or finish out the escape, right? So your partner's going to have hooks and seatbelt grip, or hooks and harness, whichever you prefer calling it. And the idea is to understand which side to fall to. All right, so I'm going to fall to my right side. Now, some people will teach to drive in first and then fall. So no matter if you drive into your partner first, or if you just go ahead and fall to this side, either one, the first goal is going to be to get your head on the floor under his head. Okay, so that's pretty important. If he maintains head position here, he's nice and tight, his head stays in between my head and the floor, it's going to be very difficult to get your back to the mat. So the first step is going to be to get our head on the floor. Okay, we're going to walk our feet to ourselves. If they're too far away, it's going to be hard to be mobile. So I'm going to bring my feet to myself, and then I'm just going to walk to the side. Now, as you'll see, this hook is starting to fall off. It's a combination of walking to the side and turning my hips toward my partner a little bit. Okay, now, while we're doing all of this, we are kind of being mindful of this top arm. The more we progress through this escape, the less threatening this choke will be. All right. When he's off to the side, it's not going to be as much of a threat to me in terms of the choke, right? But as I continue to walk, ultimately I'm getting my back to the floor, and then ultimately my hips go to the floor. Best case scenario is I actually pull this leg out, both legs are clear, and then I'm going to drive into him so that he goes flat, and then I'm able to turn in and replace guard. Now, that's going to be a very low percentage thing, because most people that have a little bit of training, as you do this back to the mat, as Rob did in a previous video, they're either going to try to mount you, or what we call remounting, or they're going to abandon what they have, which is the back mount, and try to get on top. More than likely, what's going to happen, instead of transitioning to get on top, but let me explain that a little further. When we go to this side, a little more details on this, and we start to get our back to the floor. Okay, we have to be mindful of this leg trying to mount us, right? So as Rob did in that previous video, this leg is going to try to come over and come up and mount. Go back. So before he does that, this hand closest to his leg is going to go ahead and grab by the knee, just to keep it in check. Okay, as I continue to shrimp away and have both legs clear, I'm watching out for that leg mounting me, and then I'm going to bridge in. Okay, if I bridge, then this leg is just going to thread the needle, come under. I go to both knees, I square up, and I have side control. All right, that's one basic way to transition to get on top. All right, now, what's probably more likely going to happen is that as I fall to the underhook side, right, and I start to escape and clear, here, he's going to abandon what he has and just get on top. If I'm doing a good job of keeping him from going to full mount, and I'm blocking this leg, and he abandons the back mount and come up on top, here, I defend, and I can at least get this hook in and replace a guard, right? So instead of him coming to mount, he's going to end up in my butterfly guard, my half guard. If I shrimp a couple of times, I can pull him into my closed guard. All right, one last time. So back mount, I'm going to fall to the underhook side, so I have to figure out which side is the underhook, so it's going to be that side. Head to the floor, back to the floor. Keep an eye out for this top leg so he doesn't mount you. If he abandons to come up on top, here, go. I can get my butterfly hooks, stay here. I can go to half guard, stay here, or I can shrimp and pull them into my closed guard. I guess. So more than likely, that's going to be what's going to happen when we're training and rolling. You're going to end up on bottom. But it's better than being back mounted. All right, guys? So that's our basic back to the mat escape. Two options, either ending up on top in side control or ending up on the bottom, but in guard, playing guard. I guess. Thanks.